Hello guys, welcome to my homework today. Day of the Dead. I arrived in Guatemala on the Day of the Dead, November 1st. I'm curious about this holiday, so I go to cemetery to see what's happening. What I find is quite interesting. The atmosphere is like party. There are people everywhere. Families are sitting around the graves of the dead ancestors. They clean the graves and add fresh flower. I walked through the cemetery and admired the beauty of all colorful flowers. There are also colors in the sky because many kids are flying kites. Some families are having a picnic next to grave. They eat, drink, and chat together. People laugh and smile. In the United States, cemeteries are always somber. We, we suddenly never have festival or parties next to grave. We don't laugh or play music or fly kites in the cemetery either. I find that I prefer the Guatemalan approach. I like the way they remember and celebrate those who have passed away. I like I like that they acknowledge death instead of denying it the way Americans do. I like I like that there is life as well as death in their cemetery. Okay. Um, then we go to the mini story about Day of the Dead. So, some families are having a picnic next to grave. They ate, drank, and chatted together. So, did they eat? Yes, they did. They eat. Who ate? Families. Families ate. What did they eat? They ate Guatemalan food. Did they eat American food? No, they didn't eat American food. They ate Guatemalan food. Where did they eat Guatemalan food? In the cemetery. In the cemetery, they ate Guatemalan food. So did they drink water in the cemetery? No, they didn't. They didn't drink water in the cemetery. What did they drink in the cemetery? They drank beer. They drank beer in the cemetery. Who drank beer? The families. Families drank beer in the cemetery. Did they drink beer or did they drink water? They drank beer. Where did they drink beer? In the cemetery. They drank beer. When did they drink beer? November 1st, on the Day of the Dead, they drank beer. When did they eat? They ate on November 1st, Day of the Dead. Who chatted together? The families. The families chatted together. When did they chat together? On November 1st, the Day of the Dead. People laugh and smile. In the United States, cemetery always somber. Are the cemetery happy in the United States? No, the United States. In the United States, cemetery are not happy. Are the cemeteries serious in the United States? Yes, in the United States, cemetery are serious. In the United States, are cemetery somber or are cemetery happy? In the United States, cemetery are always somber. Were the cemetery somber in the Guatemala? No, not Guatemala. The cemetery was somber in the United States. So, was the cemetery somewhere in the Guatemala, or was the cemetery somewhere in the United States? In the United States, okay. In the United States, the cemetery was always somewhere. Where are cemetery always somewhere? In the United States, cemetery are always somewhere. We certainly never have festival or parties next to grave. Do we have party next to graves? No, we never have party next to grave. Do we ever have party? Sorry. Do we ever have party next to grave? No, we never have parties next to grave. Do we ever have party in the restaurant? Yes, of course. We ever have party in restaurant. Do we ever have party in houses? Yes, we ever have parties in houses. Do we have party next to graves? No, we don't ever have parties next to graves. We never have parties next to graves. Where do we never have parties next to graves? We never have parties next to graves. We don't love playing music or flying kites in the cemetery either. Do we laugh in the cemetery usually? No, we don't laugh in the cemetery usually. We never laugh in the cemetery. Where don't we laugh? In the cemetery. In the cemetery we don't laugh. But I found that I prefer the Guatemalan approach. So, did I find that I prefer the American approach? No, I didn't find that I prefer the American approach. So, did I find that I prefer the Guatemalan approach? Yes, of course. I found that I prefer the Guatemalan approach. So, did I find that I prefer the American approach, or did I find that I prefer the Guatemalan approach? Of course, the Guatemalan approach. I found that I prefer the Guatemalan approach. Which approach did I prefer? Guatemalan approach. I prefer the Guatemalan approach. Did I prefer American approach? No, I didn't prefer American approach. I prefer the Guatemalan approach. Who preferred the Guatemalan approach? AJ. AJ preferred the Guatemalan approach. I like the way they remember and celebrate those who have passed away. So did they celebrate those who was alive? No, they didn't celebrate those who was alive. Did they celebrate those who had passed away? Yes, of course, they celebrated those who had passed away. Did they celebrate those who had passed away, or did they celebrate those who had become rich? Of course, they celebrate those who had passed away. Who celebrated those who had passed away? Guatemalan. Guatemalan celebrated those who had passed away. When did they celebrate those who had passed away? On November 1st. On November 1st, on the day of the dead, they celebrated those who had passed away. I like that they acknowledge that instead of denying it the way Americans do. So who lied that they acknowledge that? AJ. AJ lied that they acknowledge that. Did they acknowledge money? Or did they acknowledge that? Cause they acknowledge that. What did they acknowledge? They acknowledge that. Who acknowledged that? Watermelon. Watermelon acknowledged that. Who denied that? American. American denied that. Do watermelon deny that? No, the watermelon don't deny that. Do I like that American deny that? No, I don't like that American deny that. I like that there's life as well as death in Guatemalan cemetery. So, did I like their cemetery? Yes, of course, I liked Guatemalan cemetery. What did I like? I liked Guatemalan cemetery. Did I like Guatemalan cemetery? Or did I like Guatemalan restaurants? Of course, I liked Guatemalan cemetery. Whose cemetery did I like? Guatemalan. I liked Guatemalan cemeteries. Guatemalan call it the Day of the Dead, but it's also a day to appreciate life. That's all. That is my homework. Thank you for watching.